Hello, everyone! This is Mason Haggett here from the Casino Co-Official, and today we are reading Justice Story 2, Chapter 10, The Final Chapter, by Mason Charles Haggett. Narrator: Perry and Charlotte walk out of the judgment hall and towards Ethan Smith's castle. They are still filled with fear from Gino. Charlotte: I'll admit what Isaac number 2 said to me, it was true, but when I was leaving, I couldn't help but hear you call yourself a disgrace, and I just wanted to let you know that that is not true. Perry: I know, I was just agreeing with him so I could get out of there as quickly as possible. Charlotte: Sometimes I wonder how you can always be so patient, brother, because if I were you, I would have slit his throat. Perry: I know, sister. Anyways, aren't we going to address the elephant in the room? Charlotte: What's that? Perry: You know, we just found out what our last name is. Charlotte: Oh yeah, that's probably important. Wait, what is it again? You're just like him. Anyways, our last name is Haggett. Charlotte: Haggett? Sounds weird. Perry: I don't think it sounds weird. I think it sounds nice. Charlotte: My question is, how did Gino know our last name if we didn't even know it? Perry: Magic, I guess. I think when he destroyed this universe using the glitch, instead of freezing him, you distorted him. And now he's like some of the demons that roam this area. Narrator: Perry could have sworn that he knew someone with their last name, but he chooses not to think about it as they step foot in front of the castle, as the doors slowly open as they enter the final chapter. Meanwhile, Isaac: So, other me, how have things been? Gino: They have been pretty bad, as you might expect. Isaac: Yeah, same here. Gino, ... Isaac, ... Gino: So are you excited for the multiverse to end? Isaac: Maybe, maybe not. I'm not too sure at this point. I'm just glad that this story is almost over. Gino: Yeah, me too. Narrator: They stand there staring out the window, thinking about what freedom will feel like. Isaac can't wait. He's just a foot away from seeing his friends again. Isaac: You know, I can't help but do something before the multiverse ends. Gino: Like what? Haven't you been alive for 76 years? Isaac: I guess you have a point. Narrator: Isaac reaches into his pocket to get a burrito he put in there 2 weeks ago, but instead, he pulls out one of the 7 advanced human souls. Suddenly, he gets an idea. A devious idea. Isaac: You know, I either sit here and watch everything end, or I do something really stupid. Gino: I'd choose the second option. Me too. Narrator: Isaac runs out of the judgment hall. Gino: Just remember, this is not your story to end. Isaac: Well, it is now. Back to Charlotte and Perry. Narrator: Charlotte and Perry walk down the dark, daunting hallway. As they make their way towards the throne, statues in the shape of Ethan Smith line the walls, as their eyes light on fire as they walk by them, lighting up the hallway. Then they make it to the throne room, where they see Ethan Smith frozen in front of the throne, and players standing in front of him, getting ready for what was supposed to be their final battle. Behind the throne, there are 7 pillars, waiting for 7 stars to be placed on them. Charlotte: Well, here we are. A week later, and Perry: We are finally here. Narrator: They walk behind the throne and take a look at the beautifully sculpted pillars that once had the 7 souls on them, but now they would display the 7 stars. Perry: Charlotte, you can have the honor. Charlotte: Why me? You're the one that started the adventure. It should be you to place them on the pillars. Perry: But Charlie, I just want you to do it because I care about you so much. Charlotte: Perry, thank you so much for the offer, but I want you to be the star this time around. Perry: That was the worst pun, Charlotte. Now you don't get to put the stars on the pillars. Charlotte: Knew that would work. Narrator. The pun was so bad that even the author had to highlight it so that you would understand it. Perry places the first star on the pillar as it illuminates the entire room. A loud click is heard when Perry does it. Perry. That's one. Narrator. Then he places the second one on the second pillar, as it too makes a loud click. The room gets even brighter. Perry. That's two. Narrator. Perry places the third star on the third pillar, and it makes a loud click as the room gets even brighter. Perry. That's three. Narrator. Then he places the fourth star on the fourth pillar, but instead of a click, it makes a louder noise that's best described as a clunk. The starlight begins to get dimmer for some reason. Perry. That's four. Narrator. He places the fifth star on the fifth pedestal. Nothing happens. Perry. That's five. Narrator. He places the sixth star on the sixth pillar. He can hear voices screaming, tell him not to do this. Perry. Charlotte, was that you? Charlotte. What do you mean? Perry. I guess it's just my imagination. Narrator. Perry places the last star on the last pillar. Then suddenly, the world blanks out for a second, and the stars are gone. Charlotte. Where did they go? Perry. I have no idea. Do you think I know? Narrator. Then they feel a cold gust of wind go by them as chills go down their back. Charlotte. Why am I scared all of a sudden? Narrator. Then they hear a loud booming voice that they all could recognize coming from the throne. The Puppet Master. My children, come over to me so we can watch the multiverse fall together and finally be at rest. Perry. What do you mean? They walk up to their father and see him in person for the first time in a year. He is wearing his signature mask that looks like a cross between a lizard and a bird. The mask has two holes for eyes, and the jaw on the bottom of it opens when the Puppet Master talks. He also has his black robes with a cross necklace around his neck, and connected to him are 7 strings that are green, but the middle one is purple, and they clip through the ceiling and break all laws of physics. They seem to go up an unlimited amount of feet. The Puppet Master. Come, take a seat. Let me explain to you what's going on. Narrator. Perry sits on the Puppet Master's right leg, while Charlotte sits on the left one. The Puppet Master. It hurts me to admit this to you, my children, but I lied to you about the purpose of your mission. Perry. So the void isn't approaching. The Puppet Master. Correct. The void isn't even a real force of nature. Charlotte. So you lied to us our entire lives. Narrator. Then Perry puts his hand on his sister's shoulder to calm her down so that she doesn't do anything irrational. Perry. Then what were those visions I was getting? And what was that point of collecting the 7 stars? Those visions, Perry, were of the end. Every time you got closer to finishing the job, you'd feel its presence getting stronger. And now, thanks to you, your sister, Isaac, and Goldie, all the stars have been placed on the 7 pillars in Ethan's castle. And now, the end has been activated and will consume the entire multiverse. Narrator. All that hard work, all those blood, sweat, and tears will all be for nothing now. Worst of all, they had a part in ending it as well. Charlotte. Why are you doing this? The Puppet Master. I can't keep running this multiverse anymore. I'm getting tired beyond rest. I just can't keep writing this story anymore. I need a clean slate and a break. Charlotte. So you're killing an entire multiverse of people because you're tired? The Puppet Master. When you think of it like that, I am a monster. But you have to remember, Charlie, that I am the one in control. Narrator. Charlotte has nothing that she can say to debunk that, so she shuts up. Charlotte. And I thought I was a monster. Perry. Do you not think that their lives have worth? These people have grown up and thrived in your multiverse for billions of years. The Puppet Master. To me, it's only been 3 years. Narrator. He looks at his watch as he says this. Perry. Well, however long it's been for you, these universes are special, and destroying them all at once? Is that really the best thing to do? The Puppet Master. Do you think that I wanted to do this? No, I did not. I wanted to see you and your sister go on adventures forever and ever, and I wanted to be there for every part of it, and you have no idea how proud I am of you two. Narrator. Perry suddenly hears millions of screams from throughout the entire multiverse. He is filled with dread and sorrow, but mostly guilt, because he knows that he played a part in this. Charlotte. Well, if you care about us so much, then why are you getting rid of us? Because if you're erasing the entire multiverse, aren't you going to erase us too? The Puppet Master. I won't be erasing you and your brother entirely, silly. I will be keeping your souls intact, so I can bring you two back later. And besides, I will be leaving this multiverse for a long period of time, too. Perry. But you can't just erase an uncountable amount of lives and recreate it. The Puppet Master. But that's the thing. I can. And the end should be coming shortly. So I might as well say my last words to you now. I love you two, kids. Perry. We love you, Father. And thank you for all that you have taught us. Charlotte. Except for what you're doing now. Narrator. Charlotte and Perry see their lives flashing before their eyes, and all the great memories that they had in this multiverse before they die. They hold on to each other's hands, knowing they can do nothing. They look into each other's eyes as they smile. Charlotte. I am thankful to have spent the last adventure of my life with you, brother. Perry. I am thankful I got to spend time with you too, sister. And Father, thank you for bringing me back so that I could make my sister's last living moments special. Narrator. He begins to cry a little after hearing his son say that to him. The Puppet Master. I love you two so much, but I'm sorry to say this, but now it's time for the Isaac. Whoa there, Mason Haggett. We haven't even gotten to the good part of the chapter yet, and that's the part with me. Narrator. He says this as he kisses one of his arms. The Puppet Master. Do not refer to me as that ever. Isaac. You're right. You're nothing like him anyways, you empty shell. Anyways, I heard that the story was ending. Isn't that great? I finally get to rest. But you know, I thought I might go out in fashion. And you see, I've never really liked you that much, Mr. Puppet Master. And don't get me wrong when I say that the Mason from my universe was the best. But you're just trash. So with my last moments alive, I'm gonna try to beat the crap out of you and assume control of the multiverse. Because guess what? I'm bored. Narrator. The Puppet Master bursts out with laughter. The Puppet Master. I'm sorry. How are you going to fight me? Because I can literally snap you out of existence. Isaac. Well, maybe with just a little help from these guys, I'll have the power of a god. Narrator. Perry knows exactly what Isaac is talking about, and he braces for impact as he grabs his sister and opens a portal to somewhere else in the Ethan S. Boss Battle realm. The Puppet Master. And who are these guys? Narrator. The 7 advanced human souls appear as they begin circling around Isaac. He floats into the air as the Puppet Master watches intrigued. The Puppet Master. Well, this is going to be a good show for the spectators. Narrator. Electricity flows around Isaac as beams of light come out of his eyes. You can hear him screaming in pain as the souls circle around him faster and faster. And then finally, an explosion happens, destroying the castle and the Judgment Hall, and a lot more as well. 2 minutes later. Narrator. The Puppet Master stands on the wreckage firmly as he sees Isaac now with just a few bolts of electricity around his arms. The guy is now 9 feet tall and has a 16-pack. His hair is golden, and his eyes are now a gold color as well. He snaps his fingers and summons 2 giant rainbow swords that are both 5 feet long, and the blades are huge. Isaac lands on the ground firmly as he sprouts his new pair of wings. Ultra Instinct Isaac. I'm about to break you harder than when Ethan Novastad broke the barrier. The Puppet Master. Well, by golly, let's get this over with. The final battle begins. Narrator. Ultra Instinct Isaac charges at the Puppet Master, but the Puppet Master disappears out of nowhere as the entire world goes dark. Ultra Instinct Isaac. Wait, where did he go? Narrator. Then a maze of marionettes appear around him as they all fire balls of death at him. Isaac summons 50 Super Raptor blasters as they blast all of them to smithereens, but more appear. The amount of projectiles flying at him begins to overwhelm him as he flies around them. He summons a giant sonic boom as a giant force field comes out of him, destroying all the marionettes in the area. The Puppet Master. Interesting. So he is quite powerful. Narrator. Suddenly, Ultra Instinct Isaac is teleported back to the wreckage that he caused. He sees the Puppet Master floating in the air. 7 giant hands appear behind him as they all charge at Ultra Instinct Isaac. Isaac causes a mountain to come out of the ground, impaling one of the hands as he obliterates all the others with balls of pure concentrated death. He fires a few at the Puppet Master, but they bounce off of him like nothing, so he decides to check his stats. The Puppet Master. Attack infinite. HP infinite. Not the strongest physically, but magically, well, quite frankly, he has the world at his fingertips. Cut the 7 strings and destroy his defense. The Puppet Master. Pitiful. Try this one. Narrator. The Puppet Master summons a giant dragon skull that is as big as a skyscraper as it tries to absorb Isaac, but he just flies straight through it, destroying it, and attempts to cut one of the Puppet Master's strings, but he was already behind Isaac. The Puppet Master. Say, what's the weirdest thing you can think of? Narrator. Ultra Instinct Isaac turns around and continuously punches him, but it literally does nothing. The Puppet Master. Are you gonna answer that question yet? Narrator. Ultra Instinct Isaac realizes that continuously punching will do nothing, so he summons a giant tree underneath the Puppet Master to try and impale him. It ends up smacking him into the air. The Puppet Master. Alright, so that's how it's going to be then. In that case, I'll just use some completely bland dragons. Narrator. He flies backwards as mountains come out of the ground and tries to impale Isaac through the chest. Isaac continues flying towards him as he then begins to summon dragons that fly at Isaac. Ultra Instinct Isaac summons one of those giant dragon skulls from earlier, which absorbs all the dragons and disappears. But after it disappears, he gets distracted and is hit by one of the mountains, which sends him flying towards an empty, glitched out building. The Puppet Master comes down and grabs him by the throat. While flying, he grinds him against the ground of the underground, going in constant circles around the entire area. Ultra Instinct Isaac can feel his back burning as he screams in pain. The one moment he gets to think, he gets his sword and with an insane amount of force, cuts one of the Puppet Master's strings. He freezes in place while electricity flows around him. Isaac slowly gets up. Ultra Instinct Isaac. Get ready to feel a whole new world of pain, buddy. Narrator. He grabs the Puppet Master by the throat as he flies into space and chucks him into the sun. Ultra Instinct Isaac. That should take care of him, right? Narrator. The Puppet Master flies out of the sun and picks it up like it's nothing and chucks it at Isaac. Isaac deflects it back at him as the Puppet Master summons the old dinky scythe that Charlotte used before he gave her the government destructor. He deflects it back at Isaac. They then get in a game of ping pong, deflecting it back at each other extremely fast until the Puppet Master misses and goes tumbling back into the sun. Ultra Instinct Isaac. Imagine being a nerd! Narrator. He flies out of the sun again and summons 7 more giant hands that trample Isaac. Isaac cuts most of them in half with his giant swords, but when he's done with that, the Puppet Master already has his next attack. He uses a type of magic like the Force to chuck Uranus at Isaac, and then chucks a few more planets at him for safe measure. Isaac punches Uranus and sends it flying into the other planets, flying at him. They clink together, blowing up, sending both him and the Puppet Master flying backwards. Ultra Instinct Isaac. That was awesome! Narrator. Isaac decides to attack before him, this time, and uses blue magic to chuck Pluto at the Puppet Master, and then sends an array of star-shaped objects towards him as well. He manages to cut Pluto in half with the scythe, but gets hit continuously by the stars as they explode into smaller stars. To get rid of this problem, he summons a black hole, which absorbs all the stars and almost absorbs Isaac. But no worries, he just flew through the black hole and punched the Puppet Master in the face. Ultra Instinct Isaac. Just FYI, that was completely unrealistic what just happened there. The Puppet Master. I know! Narrator. Isaac is cut off mid-punch as the Puppet Master grabs him and sends him flying back to Earth. He goes flying through the ground and conveniently lands in the underground as he sends Earth flying off course on accident. Charlotte. Woohoo! You can beat him, Isaac! Ultra Instinct Isaac. You don't need to remind me of that because I know I can. Narrator. The Puppet Master lands on the ground as he gets ready to summon his next attack. But then Charlotte comes up to him and gives him a hug as she says, Charlotte, Father, why are you scared to fight him without magic? The Puppet Master. Oh, really? You think I'm scared to fight him without using magic? Challenge accepted. Narrator. Charlotte goes and sits next to her brother Perry while cheering for Isaac as the Puppet Master smashes the scythe against the ground, summoning a ring of fire around him and Ultra Instinct Isaac. The Puppet Master. Alright, buddy. Just you, me, your 2 blades, and my scythe. With absolutely no magic whatsoever. Ultra Instinct Isaac. Challenge accepted. Narrator. They fly towards each other, clashing blades. The Puppet Master blocks Isaac's attacks, and then tries to sweep his legs using his scythe. But Isaac quickly jumps over this, however, and goes for the throat. But the Puppet Master quickly dodges this. Advanced Human Souls. Isaac! We're running out of power! Hurry up! Ultra Instinct Isaac. I'll try. Narrator. He hits the Puppet Master in the face, destroying his mask. Ultra Instinct Isaac. I always thought that thing was ugly. You look better without it. The Puppet Master. Why, thank you. Narrator. Isaac tries to cut him in half, but the Puppet Master quickly turns his scythe upside down so that the swords hit the blade instead. He then bashes Isaac in the face with the stick of the scythe as Isaac falls on his butt and the swords fall to his sides. The Puppet Master. Now you die! Narrator. He attempts to cut Isaac in half using his scythe, but Isaac grabs the blade of the weapon as it drags him across the floor, moving him closer to one of his swords. He quickly picks it up and cuts the Puppet Master's scythe in half and kicks him to the ground. The Puppet Master. I knew that thing was a hunk of junk. Ultra Instinct Isaac. Have fun burning in math class. Narrator. But then, before he can bring the sword down on him, he feels a type of magic push him away as the Puppet Master gets back up. Ultra Instinct Isaac. So you couldn't beat me without magic. Ha! Nerd! The puppet master. I'm just going to blame it on the weapon. And besides, after exerting that much power, I'm sure you've used up all the soul power. The narrator. The advanced human souls separate from Isaac. The gray fatigue light leaves him in his normal form as they go somewhere else. And the ring of fire disappears. Perry and Charlotte, please don't hurt him. The puppet master, oh, don't worry, I'm not. And besides, the end is almost here anyways. Narrator, they turn around and see a giant white wall coming towards them. Charlotte, well, that's nice. The puppet master. Anyways, Isaac, I believe that death is too good for you. So when the end consumes you, you're just going to be in a world of pitch white forever until I create the new multiverse in a couple billion years. But you will be taking care of something for me, Isaac. And what might that be, you sicko? The puppet master. You'll see. Narrator. Charlotte and Perry run over to Isaac as they give him a great big hug as everything is consumed by the void, leaving just the puppet master and Isaac and Charlotte and Perry's souls. The puppet master. Take care of them for me, will you? Narrator. He gives Isaac the souls of Charlotte and Perry as the strings holding him up begin to snap until all that's left is the purple one. The puppet master. Now goodbye, Isaac Benavides, and see you later. Snap. Narrator. The last string snaps as the puppet master falls to the ground with a loud thud and disappears. Isaac. ... Well, this sucks. Hey, at least I have Charlotte and Perry to keep me company, right? Narrator. He pulls out one of the sharp heart-shaped souls out of his pocket. It is glowing with energy, but it says nothing. Isaac. Well, I assume it will talk eventually. Narrator. He lays down on the ground and stares into nothingness, thinking about what he could have done differently in his life. But then he remembers something. Isaac. Oh yeah, you're still here. And if you're still here, that means you're waiting for someone to close the story for you. Narrator. He stands up on his two legs as he slowly gets up, feeling pain in every one of his bones. Isaac. In that case, thank you for reading Just a Story 2, and I hope you enjoyed my suffering. Have a good rest of your day, and God bless. Narrator. He slowly walks away into the distance as he gets farther and farther away. Credits. Author. Mason Charles Haggett. Editor. Ethan Smith. Some guy who made it to the credits. Gage Thorpe. And my mother and father. Sarah Haggett and Charles Haggett. Inspiration. Undertale. Thank you for reading, my friend. The end. All rights reserved to Casino Co.